drink tea and drink weak tea, the Chinese don't drink the black tea that we drink. They drink either green tea, which some people like or don't like. But if you're worried about caffeine, they make flower teas that have no caffeine in them at all. Jasmine, chrysanthemum, you can buy them right in your local grocery store. And you drink the tea with every meal.
And this is something that Chinese grandmothers taught, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
From the time the kids are very, very small, because the Chinese grandmothers are raising the kids. And they teach them how to have some energy. How many times on a Saturday morning do you see kids glued to the TV watching cartoons or I think it's anime now. It's not cartoons like I remember, but they're glued to the television sets and their little butts don't move from that spot until somebody calls them for lunch and it's in front of the TV again.
Right.
We want to get people up and active and moving. And one of the ways to do that is to awaken your own energy. The Chinese call that energy, electricity that's moving in your body, qi.
Okay.
So you can wake up your qi.
How do you do that?
It's really quite simple, and it looks really ridiculous.
Okay, well, things that are easy often look kind of silly.
Well, that's why when you go to visit China, if you're lucky enough to go, you're going to see them doing Tai Chi in the park, but you won't see what they did for their health before that. They do that at 5 o'clock in the morning because it looks kind of silly. You start by slapping all over every single inch of your body that you can reach. It doesn't have to be really hard, but you have acupuncture points all over your body, and you do it arms and legs, all over your torso. You want to pay special attention to your heart and your lungs. And you pay attention to your liver and your kidneys and your stomach, and your kidneys, of course, are in the back. And you just slap over all over everything you can reach. And if you can't do it standing up, sit down. Do it while on the bottoms of your legs and your feet and your ankles. Just tap on everything you can reach. And there are more acupuncture points around your eyes and around your ears, on the ears themselves, behind it, and all around your face. And even more than that, on the palms of your hands, which they encourage you to use to do most of the tapping with. Just, I think you can hear it. It's not really loud.
So you tap about like that?
Yeah, on every square inch of your body, and you don't have to do it forever. It's just as soon as you get to all of it. When you're done,
stay there.
When you're done, you stop. If while you're taking a shower, you can certainly do that just before you dry off. Or you can do it as you're drying off. I mean, you can find lots of ways to fit this 2 or 3 minute exercise into your routine every morning, and that's a real helpful thing to do. And when you use the palms of your hands, it's much better and much more effective because every single acupuncture point on your body and organ system is also related to a point on the palms of one hand or the other, or both. So you can't lose.
So what does that mean then? If everything is associated with the place on your palm, what does that really mean?
Well, that means you're waking up. If you have a stagnant qi or a blocked energy point someplace, tapping on it is going to dislodge that blockage that you might have someplace. Say you slept wrong and you have a crick in your neck. Everybody rubs it. Everybody pats it. We all do that. When we're nervous, we all pat our chest to keep ourselves calm. Or you'll see someone wringing their hands. Oh my, on the palms of your hands are all your acupuncture points that control your stress. It's a stress reducer. You'll often see men with their foot on their knee instead of crossing their legs, and they're rubbing their inner ankle. There's points on your inner ankle that calm you down as well.
So in some ways, we automatically do some of this unconsciously.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And by being aware of it, you can consciously add to it. Now, waking your qi up is very important in the morning, but you want to be able to go to sleep at night. So the Chinese have a method for helping you go to sleep at night. Instead of tapping on those points, they think that you need to wash off the cares of the world, taking that quick little shower at night, and just gently rub the points. Like with a face cloth, or you're just washing or just letting the water run all over you. That's soothing the qi so that you can calm down, rest, and have a peaceful sleep, and not worry about somebody that said something that really bothered you at work, or taking your work, especially if you take your work home with you. And a lot of people have a habit of doing that.
Right.
And they get themselves all upset before they eat, which is
Not good either.
Not good
No.
either.
So take your bath at night, not your shower in the morning, kind of thing. Is that again what Grandma would say?
Either way, you can do it either way, but to wash off the cares of the world, pretty much, it kind of makes sense.
I like it.
And I thought that was a strange thing to do at first because our culture was all, let's take a shower before. But there's no reason why you can't,
Do both.
do both if you really
Yeah.
want to. I mean, you don't have to be in there unless you have children like mine who take hour-and-a-half showers and drain a 40-gallon tank every time. But I mean, a quick in, quick out is, you wash in, it doesn't take all that long to do. And once you get into the routine, it helps you relax naturally and helps you fall asleep so that you don't have to take medication. And by not taking medication, that allows you to fall into a natural restorative sleep. Because when we sleep is the time our body heals. And if we don't have a good quality of sleep, we don't have very good health.
And I'm hearing that sleep deprivation, people not sleeping well, is a much bigger problem in this country than perhaps we realized.
Largely due to the television planted at the foot of the bed that you watch until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Get that TV out your bedroom?
They're saying now. They used to say you have to have 8 hours of sleep, but science has proven that you'll have optimum health with 7 hours.
Okay.
So figure it on, just a routine, and you just turn off the television. And for the first few nights, you might stare at the ceiling a little bit. And then it used to remind me of what my grandmother would say: if you can't fall asleep, start saying a rosary, and you'll never get to the end of it. And she's right, and I'm sure all of the angels have finished them for me long since, because I've never gotten to the end of one. Or start reciting the alphabet, or
any kind of repetitious.
Any kind of repetitious thing you do will bore you enough so that you'll start to relax and you will fall asleep.
And that, I think, is probably to kind of bring us into complementary medicine. That might be something people could do to maintain good health.
It certainly is, and it will make your doctor's checkups a lot better. Certainly drinking the warm water and hot water instead of cold water will do things like helping your blood pressure, and it will do things for your weight. It will help.
For those who want to lose a little weight, that would help them?
Yes, it certainly does, and especially in the hot Louisiana summers. Wow, they're great. They're even better if you have air conditioning. But you lose so much water during the day that you really need to consider a little extra hydration. And a lot of folks, especially some of our older folks, we can't get enough fluid into them.
Right.
And when you become dehydrated, it interferes with your mental processes as well. So if you're not feeling too sharp around 10 o'clock in the morning, you might want to reassess what you had for breakfast. Was there too much sugar in it or too much caffeine and it's worn off? If so, have a cup of hot water. It perks you back up.
Believe it or not,
and holds
it works.
you. And it holds up. Is that the voice of
experimentation?
Experience? Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, I think it really does help.
It really does, and it's that good pick-me-up in the afternoon that keeps you away from the glazed donut with the chocolate.
It's so simple. I was telling you earlier, I'll drink lukewarm because it's trouble to heat it. But, other than that, it's just...
Well, you can take a thermos. You can use a microwave. They have those little coffee mug heater things.
True. All kinds of ways.
All kinds of things that you can ask for Mother's Day or for Christmas or for your birthday to help you with the hot water. And some of these spigots at work that have the purified water in them actually have a hot and cold tap.
So there are all kinds of ways, so no excuse.
So if you want it, you can do it.
And that's absolutely true.
And it's easier than going to the freezer and actually popping a few ice cubes.
It is. It really is.
It's less work.
So when we talk about complementary medicine, what is